Is this character really under that mask? The first 2 episodes of The Acolyte are here, and fans are already running wild with theories about who is under this mask. Now, since The Acolyte takes place 100 years before the events of the Skywalker saga, we are most likely not going to know the character when their face is revealed when this mask inevitably comes off.
I am inevitable.
But Star Wars fans are running wild with the theory that this guy right here, the guy by the name of QIMIR, is going to be revealed to be this masked Sith Lord. Now, if you're from around the channel, you know we call this guy Darth Zipperface, and I will be referring to him as Darth Zipperface for the rest of this video. So is it possible that QIMIR could be Darth Zipperface? Yes, but I actually don't think this is the case. The biggest piece of evidence to suggest that he is somebody of some significant power is that he bests May in almost 2 seconds. After we saw our main character of May kill Master Indara in the first episode and go toe-to-toe with Master Soul in the second episode, it is clear that she has the ability to fight very well, and she has the Force. And when we first are introduced to this QIMIR character, he is drunk and asleep on a couch.
You wanna buy some death sticks?
First impressions are a big deal, and our first impression as the audience is that QIMIR is a bum. But maybe this is to throw us off the scent. Because at the end of episode 2, QIMIR bests May in this alleyway like it's nothing, immediately pinning her up against a wall and putting a knife up to her neck. There's also a few comments that he makes in episode 2 that prove that he's a lot more important of a character than we believe. First of all, he knows Darth Zipperface too. When May is talking to QIMIR, he refers to Darth Zipperface as the Master, and QIMIR knows exactly who she's talking about. Another reason fans think that QIMIR could be Darth Zipperface is because of the Sith code. In this shop on Olega, when QIMIR is making this poison for May, he's talking about the Jedi and talking about how peace is a lie, which just so happens to be the first line of the Sith code. But I actually think this doesn't mean that QIMIR is a Sith Lord, but we'll get to that in just a second. We also know that if QIMIR is not Darth Zipperface, then he's at least in contact with him, because at the end of episode 2, he knows where Kelnaka is hiding on the planet of Kofar. So again, is it possible that QIMIR is Darth Zipperface? Yes, but here's why I actually think he's not. I actually think QIMIR is going to end up being a more important character than Darth Zipperface by the end of this show. Because throughout all of the trailers, we've seen this scene time and time again. 8 Jedi fighting against Darth Zipperface in the forest. And I believe that Darth Zipperface will die in this scene. Now, why do I think Darth Zipperface will die in this scene? Well, first of all, he's going up against 8 fully trained Jedi Masters. And since the Sith haven't been around for 900 years at this point, neither party has any experience fighting against each other. And I'm definitely not a mathematician, but 8 to 1, I'm gonna take the 8 Jedi. But there's also evidence to support this theory, as in one of the trailers that we've seen for this Acolyte show, we see Darth Zipperface's mask laying on the ground. Now it is, of course, possible that he took off this mask and it's laying on the ground because he threw it on the ground, but I actually think that his head got chopped off. In one trailer, we see Master Soul's apprentice, Jeki, going one-on-one with 2 green lightsabers against Darth Zipperface. And although I don't think that she beats him in that one-on-one fight, in the latest trailer for The Acolyte, we see Master Soul going one-on-one with Darth Zipperface. And not just because Soul has become a fan favorite character, I actually believe that he is powerful enough to defeat this apprentice of a Sith Lord. And then the problem becomes, if Darth Zipperface survives this fight in the forest against 8 Jedi, then those 8 Jedi will go back to the Jedi Council and inform them that the Sith have returned. And from what we know in The Phantom Menace, the Sith haven't been around for 1,000 years. Now, it's more likely that the 8 Jedi kill this mysterious Sith character, and maybe they just write it off as some random person who picked up a red lightsaber, making sure that the rest of the Jedi Council doesn't know that the Sith have returned. But I guess that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video. But let's just say that I'm right, and Zipperface does die in this fight in the forest. And this is his chopped off head on the ground. This fight most likely happens in episode 4, meaning there are 4 episodes after this one without Darth Zipperface. And you might be saying, Mike, how's that possible? This guy's supposed to be the main villain of the show. Well, he's not. The reason this show is called The Acolyte is because May is an Acolyte, and an Acolyte of the Sith is just the apprentice to the apprentice. The rule of two, which was put into place by Darth Bane all those years ago, means there can only be two Sith, a master and an apprentice. However, there are Acolytes, like Asajj Ventress in the Clone Wars, who are apprentices to the apprentice. So that doesn't make Darth Zipperface a Sith Lord. That makes him the apprentice to a Sith Lord. So I believe that he will die in the 4th episode and some greater threat will be revealed. Now, how does QIMIR fit into all of this? It's possible that he might actually be another Acolyte. Again, like in the Clone Wars, Count Dooku has Asajj Ventress and Savage Opress. You don't have to just be limited to one Acolyte. Maybe QIMIR and May are pitted against each other at some point in this season to be the next apprentice. So that brings us back to the Sith Code. QIMIR and May both knowing the first line of the Sith Code, that peace is a lie, is more evidence to suggest that they're both training to become Sith Lords as Sith Acolytes. So it's possible that the two of them have been working together, or at least training together, and know a lot about each other. Now, it is also true that QIMIR knows that May has a twin. In this interaction in episode 2 between QIMIR and Osha, he almost immediately recognizes that it's not May he's talking to, and it's actually her twin sister. This is just more evidence to me that QIMIR and May are both Acolytes, and maybe they're both working together to learn how to wield the dark side of the Force. But as of right now, there's been no indication that QIMIR is able to wield the Force. His backstory is that he used to work for the Hutts as a smuggler, and now he's just a tradesman on this planet of Olega. It's also a little weird that he might have killed the previous owner of this shop, but again, there's clearly so much going on with this QIMIR character that is yet to be revealed. I think it's more likely that by the end of this show, QIMIR becomes the new apprentice, becomes the new Darth Zipperface. However, right now, I don't think he is. And if that is the case, and QIMIR becomes the main villain of this show, it's possible that May could either die or go on some sort of redemption arc, because the only reason that she's evil right now is because of whatever happened 16 years ago on Brendok. Because from May's point of view, she thinks that the Jedi, specifically Kelnaka, Master Indara, Torben, and Sol, all killed her family, and she just wants revenge. And I'm not saying that May's going to become a hero in this show. She has already murdered 2 Jedi, but I think it's more likely that QIMIR will become the next apprentice and the true villain of this show way before May is actually going to become that villain. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe QIMIR is this mysterious masked Sith Lord. I just think it's way too obvious to make this character the villain in a show with all these crazy mysteries. But only time will tell. Tell me what you think in the comments section below. Do you think Darth Zipperface is QIMIR, or are you like me and you think Zipperface is a goner and QIMIR might take his place? All I know is we're just getting started in this Acolyte show, because episode 3 is right around the corner, and I actually think that Kelnaka, the Wookiee Jedi, is going to die in this 3rd episode, but I explain all of that in this video right here.